Excellent. So I hope everyone had a good bio break. We will continue to fold those in throughout this wellness summit to make sure that you're taking care of yourself first. And as a reminder, you can go ahead and bring a piece of chocolate to join us for this chocolate mindfulness wellness workshop. And I see that Allyson has joined us from Lake Champlain Chocolates. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thanks for having me. Looking
Yes,
forward to it.
yes, as are we. So we have folks who have been coming in and out of the summit all day. And of course, everyone will be receiving the replay. But for those of us who are here, right now, or catching it on the replay, we want to make sure that you have something that you can savor, ideally a piece of chocolate, right? So we begin all of our chocolate mindfulness retreats with setting our intention for how you want to be, think, or feel during our time together. So for me today, I set my intention to focus on my breath. And fortunately, when we started the summit with Jenna Zaffino, we got up and moving with Spark This Day. And I absolutely was focused not only on my breathing, but also on my heart, which was an added bonus. Just putting my hands on my heart, which is something I haven't done in a long time to feel my own heartbeat. So I invite everyone to consider what you want to set as your intention for this next session of chocolate mindfulness. Then we will move into a body scan. We just came off of the body wellness tools from our 3 wellness thought leaders. So that got the conversation going and ideas flowing for how we can focus on our physical health. And so we're going to do a brief guided practice around the body scan from the top of your head to the tips of your toes, noticing areas of comfort and discomfort. And then we will do a guided imagery, which is going to be different than we've ever done it before because we are featuring a number of our chocolate sponsors today. We will be walking together with our eyes closed or our gaze lowered, that part of ourselves that needs a treat, a gift, something that's just for you. It's not something that you put out on your desk for your coworkers. It's not something that is for your kids or whoever else, right? I'm sure it's coming close to Halloween, so some may already have stocked their Halloween candy. This is something that's intentionally for you, a guided imagery practice of when you want a treat that's high quality, good chocolate, of course, is where we're going with this. Uh, we'll go through that guided imagery practice, and then we will gift ourselves chocolate, eating it mindfully. We have a number of our chocolate sponsors, chocolates here behind the scenes that I'll be able to introduce to each of you. Some of our chocolate sponsors will be here sharing about their chocolates. And so I'm very excited to share that all with you. And then we will conclude with gratitude journaling, identifying people, places, and things that we are currently grateful for. So we began already with setting our intention for how we want to be, think, or feel. Next, we're going to go into the body scan. So join me in closing your eyes or lowering your gaze. Bring your attention to the top of your head, rolling it down across your eyebrows, down the bridge of your nose, swooping across your cheeks to your lips and chin. Noticing any areas in your head that may be experiencing tension or ease. Continuing down to your neck, to your shoulders, allowing them to fall at a comfortable resting place. Swirl your attention down your arms, around your elbows, wrists, and all the way out to your fingertips, whether manicured or not. Notice how this part of our bodies has many responsibilities to lift, to hold, to throw, to push, to pull, to hold many things. And allow your arms to simply be at your side. Then bring your attention through the core of your body, around your heart, your lungs, and many of your vital organs with varying levels of functionality, allowing us all to be here today. Notice if your core is experiencing comfort or discomfort in this moment. Continue down to your hips, to your thighs, knees, calves, and shins. The lower half of our body, allowing some to sit, others to stand, to walk, to run, to dance. Notice how your legs are feeling in this moment. Adjusting them if needed. And finally, bring your attention to your feet. Holding the most bones in any one part of our bodies. This part of your body, your feet have taken you everywhere that you've gone from the day you were born to today, and will continue to take you all the places that you go. And next, I invite you to imagine a beautiful bench, one you've been to many times, one you've seen in a magazine, or whatever comes to your mind. Notice its color, its texture, its size, its shape. If it's made of wood, or plastic, or metal. And onto this bench, invite the part of you that delights over a piece of chocolate. The part of you as far back as you can remember, whether it be from childhood, adolescence, your teenage years, and on through adulthood. Remember how you've used chocolate for celebrations, for gifting, for enjoyment. And notice your body language as you look at this part of you. And then ask yourself, what do you need to continue to delight your senses with whatever special treat you enjoy most? Whether it's a lot or a little, doesn't matter. Just notice what it is that you would enjoy for yourself. And then, as you visualize this treat or this chocolate, wrap it up in a beautiful package the bow or ribbon if you like, and gift it to yourself as a thank you for all the times you put yourself first. And all the times that you'll continue to put yourself first in the future. And giving yourself grace for all the times that you'll put others first and your own needs second or last. And when you're ready, slowly open your eyes, stretching any part of you that might need to be stretched. And join us for gifting ourselves some chocolate mindfulness. Today, I have 4 different types of chocolates and treats that I like to gift myself, and also that happen to be chocolate mindfulness sponsors. So we're going to start with Lake Champlain chocolates, which are called snack bites. This is my first time experiencing these. They have crunchy quinoa. There's one with dark chocolate for those who love dark chocolate. There's one with milk chocolate. And of course, anyone like myself who loves both, right? So join me if you have a piece of chocolate or anything that you can savor, and place your chocolate in the palm of your hand, noticing its weight. Listen to the sound as you unwrap the wrapper. Look at the colors, the textures, the size and shape, areas of dullness and shine. And when you're ready, bring your chocolate up to your lips, noticing any changes that might be happening in your mouth. And take in 3 breaths. Then take your first bite, rolling your chocolate across your taste buds, noticing any areas that may be registering the flavor differently. And continue with the remainder of your chocolate with as much or as little as you like. Usually this is the part where I set mine down, but this is my first time trying these, so I'm going to keep going. So tell me, Allyson, can you talk to us a little bit about Lake Champlain chocolates? I know, as I shared, these are newer to me. The crunch is really satisfying, and I love the idea that if you're going for a hike or you're just finishing a workout and you just want a little something to gift yourself, or you've had a long day at work and you just want a little something to enjoy, that these would be a fantastic treat.
Yeah, the snack bites are one of our newest products, and you described them well. We really wanted to combine sort of sweet with snacking, in as healthful a way as we can, which is why they're organic certified. There's no preservatives or extenders. And really, in formulating the snack bites, I think we were very mindful about it, although we didn't call it that at the time, but I was part of the group who got to taste the early prototypes, and we would actually count the number of crunches when we were trying the prototypes to dial in, how crunchy should they be and how much crunch. And, some early ones maybe didn't have enough. We said, well, you bit it once or twice, but how many crunches and little sounds was it making when you ate it? Because when you're expecting something to be crunchy and satisfying, you need enough of the crunch, just like you need enough of the deep chocolate flavor or the sweetness, depending on your mood and your mindfulness. So I love the snack bites because they do take you back to childhood a little bit. Some of the mass market candies we probably first ate maybe were those crunchy ones on the market. And we offer these, as you said, in the milk chocolate if you're craving comfort in childhood, or if you want to be more on the deeper dark side and get a bold chocolate experience. We do have an extra dark chocolate. And then we've also added flavors. We have a peppermint and a peanut butter. So I perhaps like to over rationalize my chocolate, but I love when I eat the peanut butter ones that I'm getting a little protein as well as my sweet sweet treat as well. And when I eat milk chocolate, I'm getting my calcium. So, it's about the whole body and the whole experience. Not only to bring you to that just place of serenity and peace, but also the satisfaction and to feel good about it.
Absolutely. And these are resealable. So you can, snack.
If you have control, you can enlist it.
Well, we are definitely going to be talking about imperfect mindful eating coming up. So I'm sure whether folks have it now or they'll gain it later, that it's doable for sure. It's 57% cocoa, and how many? It's 4 times 3.5. There's a lot of pieces in here.
They're very shareable, right? If you're feeling in a sharing mood with your friends, your family, or your colleagues at the office, the pouch allows for that.
Absolutely. So I want to open up the floor to our audience that's here today if they have any questions for you in your role in marketing at Lake Champlain Chocolates. If there are any questions about this brand, bringing them to your company or organization. Of course, we have had the pleasure of bringing Lake Champlain Chocolates to a number of our chocolate mindfulness wellness workshops. So I thank you for your support, as well as your excellent chocolates that help employees in the middle of their workday to decrease stress and increase mindfulness. I see one question has come in asking, why do businesses like to give chocolate? Do you want to field that one?
Well, I think by and far, nearly everybody likes chocolate. I will admit there are a handful of people in the world. I did a food festival on Saturday afternoon, and out of 3,000 people at the festival, one did come to the table and said, well, I don't really like chocolate. And that's okay. We can respect that choice. But by and far, it's nearly universally enjoyed because it really does take you to that place of pleasure and serenity and escape. We need a little escape now and again from whatever might be going on and some grounding. So that little sweetness that hits your tongue and then the satisfaction really allows you to escape to that happy place. And I'm fortunate that I get to live in the beautiful state of Vermont. For a lot of people, they associate our brand with Vermont and that sense of place. Perhaps they visited here to enjoy the brilliant fall foliage or to enjoy the winter skiing and wish that they could be here. And sometimes eating a bite of Lake Champlain chocolates allows them to go back to that place, even if just briefly and momentarily, until they can physically get back again.
Absolutely. I've had a number of folks say that they visited your store in Vermont and that just eating that reminds them of their vacation, and the fact that you don't actually have to buy a plane ticket and get a hotel to
Right.
have employees come back, although we of course highly recommend traveling when it's safe to do so, and of course taking time off from your role as an employee. But it's pretty incredible, the power of your senses, right? The aroma and sensing the flavor and remembering where you were when you tried it last.
Absolutely. And that's one of the first things we train people and talk about here at Lake Champlain Chocolates. When you eat, so much is coming through the aromas and the smells, and taking in those aromas before you taste is really important to really get all of the aspects of the complexity of the chocolate.
Most definitely. Thank you for taking your time to share with us about Lake Champlain Chocolates, and again, for all of the employees that you've helped to support through our chocolate mindfulness wellness workshops when they order chocolates from you for their employees.
Okay, thank you.
All right, we will move on to our next chocolate sponsor, which is Eldora Craft Chocolates. So this chocolate maker, is actually on vacation right now and couldn't be here with us today. But for those few who say that they don't like chocolate, or if you haven't, if you've ordered yours, right, and you're waiting for it to come in the mail, this is the lip balm. So it's an organic chocolate lip balm with chocolate made by Eldora Craft Chocolates. So in addition to the beeswax, the coconut oil, which are both organic, Eldora Craft Chocolates, organic cocoa butter, organic shea butter, and organic extra virgin olive oil, there's also Eldora 100% dark chocolate in this lip balm, this chapstick. So similarly with what we do with chocolate mindfulness, you would join me in taking, if you have this with you or any sort of chapstick, lip balm that you can experience with your senses, we'll do once more our mindful meditation. So take your lip balm, holding it in the palm of your hand, noticing its weight. Look at the colors, the textures, and here there are areas of dullness and shine on the paper, on the plastic, right? And then listen to the sound as you open your lip balm. Taking in 3 breaths. And of course, you would proceed with putting it on. I actually find that it's lasted a really long time. I still have it on from the beginning of this summit, so I don't need any more, but you would feel the textures, the feeling of the lip balm as you apply. And that's an additional way for those who either, those handful that aren't eating chocolate, or those who want an alternative to eating chocolate, but still have that chocolate sensory experience. So that's with Eldora Craft Chocolates. And next, I'm excited to share our newest sponsor, which is, has not been announced at all, right? Brand new to us, but the chocolates just arrived, so I can share with each of you that it is Barati and Milano chocolates. So here they are. We have a dark chocolate and a milk chocolate. And we would do the same thing with these. What I like about the size of these, they're individually wrapped, which is something that folks sometimes ask for, which you can then keep it in your purse, in your briefcase. I always give a disclaimer though, if you're in a warm climate and it melts, please don't hold me responsible for giving you this idea. But truly, if you are in transit, if you take, the train to work, if you are just in the middle of your workday and you are feeling like you need to have an escape or you need to take a break, you can unwrap one of the chocolates and slowly, mindfully experiencing it in a very short period of time, whether you use our chocolate mindfulness app or if you use your memory from coming to one of our chocolate mindfulness wellness workshops. That is a great solution to have it individually wrapped as well. So next, we are going to share about our fourth and at this point, final, but more news to come, chocolate sponsor, which is ZORA chocolates. So these are always made with cocoa from West Africa. It says that cocoa is more than a crop. The people who grow it have a voice, and it is getting louder. Amplify it more and support what's good. Change the rest. Empower women everywhere at every opportunity. Listen closely to others, but don't let people tell you that's not the way it works. Feel proud. Take up space, honor little rituals, and enjoy every bite. So every ZORA bar you buy helps to support the Women's Economic Empowerment Program and funds 1 day of schooling for a girl in Ghana. And with the most impeccable timing, we have Fatima-Zohra Hakam, the founder of ZORA Chocolates, which I was just sharing about. So welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely. I've been on here since the beginning, so I would never miss the bodies.
Fantastic. Good to have you.
The best part.
Indeed. So I can hear most of what you're saying, but it is cutting in and out a little bit. So if you want to show me which chocolate you're planning on trying, I'd be happy to turn off my camera if it'll help. But so far, it looks like we're doing well. So which chocolate should I try today? Which one should
I'll let you decide, Melissa.
Why did I give up that autonomy? Had so many of these this month, a lot of them in a wonderful way, right? With our University of Wisconsin-Madison faculty and staff, that event, and numerous others that week. So I have never tried the pecan cherry. So that is what we will do today. So this, again, take your chocolate, whatever you have, or it's getting to be around dinner time. If you have anything that you can savor, join me, and we will be calling it chocolate. Take your chocolate, place it in the palm of your hand, noticing its weight. Listen to the sound as you unwrap the wrapper. Look at the colors, the textures, the size and shape, areas of dullness and shine, and what to the untrained eye might look like areas of imperfection. But with chocolate, of course, there's no such thing. So this says, hand to heart, love for rituals, bean to bar, inspire women, West Africa. And on the back, we have the pecans and cherries. Bring your chocolate up to your lips, noticing any changes that might be happening in your mouth. I'm getting the cherries really, really strong. I want to see if I switch it to the other side, if I get more pecan. And I do. Take your first bite, rolling the chocolate across your taste buds. That's incredible, the texture that the pecans keep inside of the chocolate bar. Phenomenal. So continue with the remainder of your chocolate with as much or as little as you like. And of course, with ZORA bars, there's the Ziploc. So if you don't finish the entire bar right now, you can take a bite or break off a piece and continue with the practice tomorrow or whichever day you're ready for more chocolate mindfulness practice. So share with us, FC, a little bit more about ZORA chocolates and the mindfulness around them.
Absolutely. So at ZORA, we make bean to bar chocolate with Ghanaian organic and fair trade cocoa beans. We have a range of 5 chocolate bars, as Melissa has displayed, and they're all made with the base recipe of organic cocoa beans, cocoa butter, and cane sugar. So it's very clean ingredients, and our inclusion bars are pecan cherry, which Melissa just tasted. We have a rose bar with a rose essential oil, a fleur de sel, which is a French sea salt, and a ginger sesame bar, with some limited edition bars coming out soon. So definitely stay tuned because we have some exciting flavors coming up. But all the ZORA chocolate bars are vegan, they're gluten-free, soy-free, and low in sugar. Our slogan is mindfully made chocolate, which is very fitting with this summit's theme today. And it's more of a slogan for us internally as a team, because we try our best to be mindful of not only the packaging, as you saw, but definitely making delicious chocolate for you all, but also to source mindfully, to give back mindfully, to taste mindfully, to communicate mindfully, and to really celebrate and represent the farming communities that we work with in a mindful way. And what I mean when I say bean to bar is that we have direct relationships with cocoa farmers. We know exactly where our cocoa beans are coming from, how much we're paying for them, most importantly, how much money farmers are getting back, as well as how our chocolate is made. And that's important because within the chocolate industry, about only 3 to 4% of profits go back to farmers, causing lack of access to basic necessities within farming communities. And this includes lack of access to proper healthcare, farming technologies for their crops, and lack of access to education for their children. So that's why with ZORA, we also have a women's economic empowerment program, where with every bar that we sell, community. And we started out this program with a partnership with a school in the northwest area of Ghana, and it's an all-girls school called the Tarkwa Berman Girls School, that are really doing amazing things. And so we're very grateful to be able to have partnered up with them on this program as well.
Thank you so much for sharing. We have, let's see, some feedback in the chat. Please feel free to ask any questions that you might have. I see Margot says the benefits of cacao are endless. Trista says the packaging is gorgeous. Leah says, I agree about the packaging being gorgeous. And Margot says, love all of this, well done. So any questions that you might have, I do see there is one question which says, ZORA is intrinsically linked to West Africa with Ghanaian chocolate bars out in the market today. Why is it important for you to focus solely on the West African region?
So ZORA is intrinsically linked to highlighting West African cocoa origins. I chose the West African region because over 70% of the global cocoa supply actually comes from West Africa, predominantly Ghana and Ivory Coast. Currently, we're sourcing our cocoa 700 depend on cocoa for their livelihood in Ghana. And most of the cocoa from these origins are used in the chocolate that we all probably grew up eating and loving and still love today. It's the Hershey's and the Mars candy region developed because it's the largest producer worldwide, tends to be ignored in the world of specialty craft chocolate. And so ZORA is making space for this region of the world in specialty bean to bar chocolate. We're celebrating Ghanaian farmers, we're celebrating Ghanaian cocoa beans, and we're creating presence for them in the world of excellent, delicious, healthy, and well-crafted chocolate bars.
Excellent. Thank you so much for sharing about ZORA chocolate. Of course, as always, both Lake Champlain and ZORA chocolates links are on our website, so you can go directly to them now, and we'll put them in the chat, or as you're signing up for your next chocolate mindfulness wellness workshops, you can also find them on our website. So if both of you wouldn't mind putting your websites where people can purchase chocolates in the chat, that would be wonderful, so that those of us who want to gift ourselves some chocolate can do so and patiently wait for it to come. So thank you so much, FC, for putting it in the chat. And I know Lake Champlain's will follow shortly. So now the next part of every chocolate mindfulness retreat or wellness workshop, we do gratitude journaling. And today it is most fitting for us to use the word mindful. And the reason, of course, is because it is National Mindfulness Day. So as we celebrate, we're going to identify the people, places, and things that we are currently grateful for with each of the letters in the word mindful. So for instance, starting with the letter M, I was reminded by the cherries in the ZORA chocolate bar about maraschino cherries. I enjoy them. So that's what I would put for my letter M. But go ahead and put your gratitude journal in the chat. I'm going to have to Google how to spell maraschino, but other than that, I love seeing these gratitude journals. So go ahead and put those in the chat for each of us. So mindful, MINDFUL. And again, for those who are just joining us, we are doing a gratitude journal with the word mindful, identifying the people, places, and things that you're currently grateful for with each of the letters in the word mindful. So for me, I'm grateful for maraschino cherries, indigo, nature, discovery, fun, umbrellas. It rained a lot today. And I'm up to L, so I'm going to go with life, because today we've had multiple wellness thought leaders that had us putting our hands on our heart, feeling rather our heartbeat. So I'm gonna go with life. And I see Trista shared Melissa, intentionality, Naomi, Doug, friendships, umbrellas. It sure was rainy today, and love. Thank you. And for anyone who prefers, you can also just share the one gratitude journaling word that was your aha moment. So for me, maraschino, I'm 35 years old and I've never spelled that word or had a need to. So that was my aha moment, that there's always more to learn. But I also just love having them on top of an ice cream. And Allyson says magical ice cream. have that in common: nature, dogs, friends, unity, and Lake Champlain. Karen, welcome. Karen says, my children, individuality, never giving up in days like this. Fantastic. So we can continue. F for fun and undying energy and love. Yes, keep it going. Fantastic. And what we do at MYRetreat is evergreen content, right? So tomorrow, you can select one of the words that you wrote down today. So for me, I will use the word indigo. And tomorrow, I will use that word for my gratitude journal. So feel free to identify one of the words in your journal that you can use tomorrow for a brand new day, identifying the people, the places, the things that you are currently grateful for. And with that, I will say thank you, Allyson from Lake Champlain Chocolates, FZ from ZORA Chocolate. I am incredibly humbled by your support and your incredible chocolates that I'm able to share with people in our wellness workshops, because when they hear mindfulness, they say, oh, I want to know how to practice mindfulness, but I'm not sure, or I don't know where to start. And when I ask them if they love chocolate and they say yes, and I ask them if they know how to eat chocolate, they are on board and they understand how and why to practice eating chocolate mindfully. So I'm going to go ahead and share who is going to be up next. But before I do that, feel free, if you want to connect with Allyson or Fatima-Zohra in the chat, feel free to do that over the next couple minutes, especially if you have opportunities to bring them in as far as their chocolates, right, to your company or organization for celebrations, for events that are coming up. I know one that I was just asked about this week, it's Family Day. And so a company reached out to me and asked if they could have chocolates supplied for the families that are coming in. So think about all of those traditions, the parts of your work culture that make it feel like there's this increased sense of belonging and opportunities for team building, and see how you can weave in some fabulous chocolates into that celebration. So next up, we have our mindfulness wellness tools. And we have 3 wellness thought leaders who will be presenting. Trista Sanford of Aura Tea House and Bakery will be presenting on the practice of mindfulness. Leah Pinelli will be presenting on imperfect mindful eating. And Alexis Russel will speak about human beings versus human doings. We invite you to join us for that hour from 6 p.m. Eastern Time until 7 p.m. As you take your bio break now, we encourage you to do what you need to do, don't do what you don't, and come on back to join us for the next session. And following that will be our gratitude wellness tools, and we'll conclude with that networking session from 8 until 9 p.m. Eastern Time, where you'll have an opportunity to speak with our wellness thought leaders, as well as we'll be announcing the grand prize giveaway winner, which is what I will conclude this chocolate mindfulness session sharing about. So many of our wellness thought leaders have contributed a gift for the grand prize winner. We have Jenna Zaffino, who was sparked this day. They have contributed a mindful fitness class that's virtual for every single person who has that add-on ticket. If you don't have your ticket yet, I'll make sure to put the information in the chat. It's $5 for that add-on ticket. As a reminder, every single dollar that went to ticket sales is going to our speakers directly. MYRetreat is not taking any anything from that, we want to give our wellness thought leaders support. In addition to all the support that we have here today in the chat, we want to pay them for their time. So the actual grand prize winner, who we will be randomly drawing and selecting during that networking hour, will include the following. So we already heard from Amy Goober, the action coach. She's going to be gifting a 30-minute Zoom call for her wellness workshop called What's for Lunch? And that would be gifted to everyone on your team. So all of the employees that are available to come to that workshop. Next, there is Aura Tea House and Bakery, Trista Sanford, who's up next. She is contributing her Aura signature tea. I have some of her teas. They are unforgettable. So make sure to, if you don't win, still try some of her teas. We have after that Alexis Russel. She has donated a incredible story cards deck that includes a journal and a pen. And I'll put all of this in the chat so you can see what you would be winning when we draw live. And then we also have Dr. Charmain Jackman from InnoPsych, who is going to be gifting one ticket to her program, which is a group session, which is also online. And her program is managing racial trauma in the workplace. So we will be gifting that one ticket, which will be transferable to anyone on your team. If it's not relevant, I don't know how it wouldn't be relevant, so I'm not sure how else to describe it. But if you are not available at that time, let's say, then you can gift it to someone else who's on your team who would benefit most from it. But looking at the lineup of that group offering, it is something that all of us can and should benefit from. So with that, bio break time, go ahead, do what you need to do. And I look forward to seeing some of you back at 6 o'clock Eastern time. Hopefully all of you back at some point. And of course, we will be recording this whole session to share with those who have tickets already. So Allyson, FZ, thank you so much for joining us. And until next time,
Thank you.
take good care.